I've got Lululemon up first. Is that where we're going?
That's what I got.
Yeah. Well, they had some great news. I'll let you give the news. I'll start with the numbers here.
Great news, bad news.
Well, great news that was bad.
Headline news.
Headline news is what I meant. Yeah, not great news, but headline news. Lululemon, their symbol is Lulu, L-U-L-U. They are in the apparel retail industry. 8% short on the float. It's not high, but it's getting there. Wow. The PE ratio, 10.9 versus 24.8. I remember this PE ratio used to be one of these high flyers at 25, 30. Here's another example of a high flyer. Now 10.9 is the PE ratio in the last 12 months. Price of sales looks good, 1.8 versus 2.2. Price of book value, 4.3 versus 6.8. And then price of cash flow, 10.1 versus 17.3. Valuation ratios, you want them low for the company. That's what we have here at Lululemon. That's a good thing. Now, another good thing is the PEG ratio, which is your price earnings divided by growth. It's only 2.9. That's another good number there. Now, they're not doing bad. It's just that the hype, I think, is gone from this company. Their earnings over the last year were up 13.3% above the industry at 4.1. Sales climbed by 9.2, also higher than the industry at 5.5. The 5-year earnings per share growth rate from the analyst is 4.2%. Industry down 64%. So again, these are decent numbers, not phenomenal numbers, but they're decent numbers now. Lululemon does not pay a dividend. Taking a look at the balance sheet, current ratio, very nice, 2.3 versus 1.7, shows some good liquidity. And they don't have a problem with the balance sheet. Debt to equity, 0.4 versus 0.9. Net profit margin, wow, double the industry at 16.4 versus 8.8. And then return on equity, very good, 40.7 versus 34. And free cash flow is about $1.2 billion, not as good as the industry at $3.2 billion. Chase, what do you got going forward?
There's the current price here for Lululemon. Again, their ticker symbol, easy Lulu, L-U-L-U, $159.87. 52-week range, the low $159.75. It actually did hit that on Friday, and the high here, $423.32. This stock has just been decimated this year. I was blown away by this. I knew they weren't doing well. I didn't realize they were down 57% this year alone. Yeah. And I did look up the all-time high. It came in December 2023. It hit $516.39.
Ooh, somebody bought that price.
Yeah, that's unfortunate. And you look at the 5-year return, I mean, it's down 49%. The 10-year return still up 213%. So as you said, it got wrapped up into this hype of leggings and everybody wanting the leggings. And I think competition kind of
only have so many so many different designs. That's part of the problem, maybe.
Yeah, I mean, I got some information here, but I'll give you the target sell price first because, I mean, it is actually starting to look quite intriguing. I mean, you go out to January 2027, estimated earnings per share here, $13.26. It gives you a target sell price of $220.12. Its forward PE is now under 12.5 times. I remember for years this thing was like 30, 40 times earnings. But, I mean, what led to the big fall was just a huge miss in guidance. Lululemon said they're now expecting full fiscal year earnings of $12.77 to $12.97. Wall Street was looking for $14.45, and revenue also was a miss, as they're expecting $10.85 billion to $11 billion, and Wall Street was looking for $11.18 billion. They are getting hit pretty hard on the tariffs as well. Yeah. They said the de minimis actually is having quite an impact on them.
That's in the newsletter. More about it, get the newsletter. And I did notice, too, that their earnings, that the range is not very tight. We like a tight range. There's 26 analysts. The lowest been 11, the high 1671. That tells me that they're really not convinced on this yet. And they have fallen a lot of the last 90 days. They were 1589, and I think you said now they're about 1381. So they have fallen. So I do question how many special outfits can you sell.
Yeah.
And they have a lot of competition. I mean, you've got Aerie, you've got, I can't even think of the.
You have Vori, you have Alo. I mean, you have Nike. I mean, you have the legacy players in there too. And the thing I'm worried about, if you look at the conference call, the CEO, McDonald, said on Thursday that he believes the company has let its product life cycles run too long, particularly in its lounge and social categories, where, again, they became popular and famous. We have become too predictable within our casual offerings and missed opportunities to create new trends. To regain its U.S. momentum, McDonald's said the company plans to increase its new styles from 23% of its overall assortment to 35% next spring and improve its fast-track design capabilities. He said Lululemon will not make any short-term decisions that could hurt or damage the brand in the long term, but my concern is you're going to be introducing all this new product, right?
Right.
There is a lot of risk in that, and this is one thing that always scares me with retail.
Well, fashion retail.
Fashion retail.
Right.
You miss on that new offering. Now, not only did you essentially lose out on sales of that new offering because nobody wants it, but it drives up your costs.
Yeah.
Because now that product, I mean, again, 35% of that next spring is sitting as inventory on your books. It's sitting in your stores. It's costing you money. I worry that they're like, we know what we're doing. We were so successful. We're just going to replicate that with a new, different trend, and that trend doesn't stick. I think maybe they overstep and have a false sense of confidence, and I worry that could lead to a downfall and some issues for Lululemon.
Yeah, what's hot yesterday may not be hot today and tomorrow, and it's very hard to predict what the consumer wants. So worth watching maybe, but you got to understand the risk there. So